Good morning, Mon Bazooers. This is Hybridsteel. Welcome to my idiot's guide on how to use the Sugar Shack. And I'm going to say it's the idiot's guide because it's produced by an idiot. That'd be me. So, first off, I've seen a couple of people they're basically saying, why isn't this working? Why isn't my Sugar Shack producing? Why isn't it doing this? And I don't know why I didn't water on. But the reason why it's probably not working, and you've probably got like no power running through it at all, and you're near the start of the game, is you turned this off. Okay? So as you can see on the side, if I just push this button, oh by the way, Q is zoom. So if you see this, this is turned off. Now, for those people who go into the, they'll turn it on, they'll pull the cord, go inside, save the game, do all that stuff, and then they'll come back outside and then turn it off. That means you've got no power going to your Sugar Shack either. And so this is like problem solving number one. If this is turned off, you need to turn it back on for things to work. Alright, that's number one. So in order to turn it on, you click it so it says run, and then you pull the cord, the pull handle, next to it. Then the generator runs, electricity flows, and there's champagne flowing from everywhere. Well, in this case, maple syrup. So after you've basically done this, you have to go over there. Like I said, if you've turned that off, that doesn't work. Okay? Cool. Let's go. So I'll run over there now, and we can have a chat about the pumps and so on and so forth. And I know that I've had subtle hints from another YouTuber, a friend of mine, who says that he doesn't like chaos. Well, suck it, Blue. I like chaos. Chaos is good. And I don't, if you want to put things in rows, that's up to you and how you want to play. I like it looking like natural forest instead of an orchard. It looks cool. And it looks like a giant spider web from the roof, so it's fine. Anyways, so when you come up to here, if this light on here is red, that means your generator's off or it's run out of fuel. So you have to take that into consideration when running this. So, and this doesn't start working until 9 o'clock in the morning. When it says it's too cold, you have to work till 9, and then it says it's running. So that little word underneath where it says, what damn you good, that's my ranking because I've got 173 trees hooked up to this thing. If you've got like 20 or 30, it'll give you a different wording, and it'll give you a different colour as well. If you get it into the green, then you're doing good, you're producing enough. Now, I had to buy 2 tanks because you get told to buy 2 tanks in the instructions in the little shed next to your house. But apart from that, that's basically what that little light on top means. It means if that's turned red, your power isn't running from your generator. That can still be yellow and it won't work until 9 o'clock, or I think it's after 4:30, 5 o'clock in the evening. Basically, in Canada, according to this, it gets too cold to work. Because I've upgraded to the electric, I'm running off of memory. So this would be a wood burner to start with. So you got a little door, you click this, you put some newspaper in it, you put 4 logs in, optimal burning time, all good. If you want to see a video based on the burning times, down in the description box I'll put a little link in there, or in the comment section. You can go and check that video out if you want. The way I see things personally, if you use birch trees, yes, they burn less, but you get more out of them, and you're not burning your profits. That's just how I see things. That's up for debate on what you prefer doing in this game. Okay, so once you're in here and you've built the Sugar Shack, you've got a wood burner, you've got your pump, and you've got your reservoir. Your wood burner, you open the little door, you put in your 4 logs, put a couple of bits of newspaper in, and you get your torch, which looks like this, but it would be full. So you would use your map torch, and then you burn the paper, it sets it all alight, and then you got a fire. Once you've got a fire going, this will basically start to evaporate. So what will happen is that when it starts to evaporate, you'll get an animation above the heater itself. Now with the electric one, it does exactly the same, but be warned, even if your electricity is running and you've filled up your reservoir, this will keep on and use electricity even though it's not working. So I don't think it takes very much out of your electricity budget, but just be warned. If it's not working and you've got it off, just leave it off, it's all fine. Now, what happens is when this gets to 240 litres and it's basically stopped, maple syrup stops getting produced. But you can still collect it using, obviously, your pump out the back, and these will fill up because of all your trees being linked. This little thing over here will only work if your electricity's on. So if that light is red, your power's off, go check your generator. And obviously with the full-blown electric setup, this is your next step to get the electric heater. The osmosis machine basically lets you cook 50% faster. So the way that I've put this down to an analogy is if you can boil 1,000 litres in a day with the reverse osmosis machine, you'll burn 1,000 litres in half a day. Okay, so it takes half of that time, squeeze it down, you produce more, it's all good. I think on average of, like, if you were burning all day, you can do about 6 barrels in a day, I think, unless you're burning sort of like a little bit earlier in the morning, or you've got a full tank out here first and you can basically blitz through this whilst it's easing up in the morning. The pump outside, this blue pump around here, is only dictated by the weather. If you've got a full tank and you want to carry on like making maple syrup, you can do so until obviously you've run out. Now if you're running into the morning and then it starts warming up, everything starts flowing again and free flowing. So because this isn't producing anymore, because we're up to 240 out of 240, I'm turning it off. I don't want it to use any electricity. It's fine. Now that's just basically how this works. And then what you do is you take a barrel, you stick it under the tap, you turn it on that way, and maple syrup free flows into the barrel. You have to line the nozzle up with the cap at the top. The crimping machine is basically how you can create your own maple syrup and keep it with you, so you don't have to keep buying syrup. You can get the box, you can get the tins, and you can get the lids from the Maple Syrup Federation. Eric opens up at 8 o'clock in the morning and finishes at whatever o'clock. I think it's 5 in the evening. Now with this, you basically take an empty can. Let me just drink it. Then you put your tin in here, and then when you've got a lid, because you need to buy the lids as well, the can machine basically fills up a tin. It crimps it itself, so you get a lid, takes a tin full out of there, which is, it'll put it down to 239 instead of 240. Now, if you don't want to do this, and in fairness, I get it, because you have to keep buying this until if you fill up a box, then you've got yourself, like, you've got 12 cans of syrup, and that's all good, that's fine. But if you're burning maple syrup and you're producing at the same time, use the cup. Once you've used the cup, your maple syrup goes down. And it's because you're drinking maple syrup, so it's alright. Now, if there's anything else you guys want me to go through, if I answer, ask, or whatever, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. At the end of the day, these sorts of things are, you know, for new players, I get it. It is difficult. For me, I was sitting there for ages going, how the hell do I do this? Much like most of you. Someone who doesn't live in Canada, who doesn't know how maple syrup is produced, I'm going to be honest, this was a real eye-opener of, like, actually how things work. Because I didn't know. And I actually watched a video on how this is actually made in real life because of this game. So not only do you learn the process of how maple syrup is created within a game with the basic principles, but it might actually spur you on to actually educate yourself a little bit in this as well, which I thought was pretty cool. So this piping system is actually something that's more newer farmers are doing in Canada instead of just using buckets with a tap. The joys of life when you start learning things. But yeah, if there is anything else you guys want me to go through, let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And at the end of the day, this video is there to help you. I'm not trying to have a go at people. I'm not trying to, like, degrade anybody else. At the end of the day, I'm here to try and help as much as I can doing what I enjoy the most, which is playing games and sharing my experiences with you. So thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. If you have enjoyed this, don't forget to hit that like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do. And if you want to watch another video, over on that side, up there, there's another video. That'll start you on your journey through maple syrup madness and all the joys that I create in this game. So thank you very much. Kaboom! Fist bump to you.